This is your source for local news in the Heartland. This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. It is time for our entertainment segment, which means we're live with Scott Kellum, once again, the expert.
I don't know about that, but I like to watch movies.
All right. And we're actually doing something different today. We're actually going to be reviewing a classic movie.
Yep.
Bringing Up Baby.
Yep, 1938, Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn. A great movie. Really takes me back. Love this movie. It's a classic for anybody to watch. But basically what you do is you follow around Katharine Hepburn, who plays Susan, and Cary Grant, who plays David. And David is set to be married. He's works in a museum, and he gets into kind of hijinks with Susan, and eventually Susan realizes she's in love with David, so she's trying to convince him not to get married and to marry her.
Typical woman.
Exactly. But Susan's character ends up with a leopard named Baby, and they have all these hijinks trying to find Baby throughout the city, and it's just one step after another of these hijinks that the two of them get into. The beautiful thing about this movie is Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn work so well together. You just don't find this anymore. This movie really was a building block of all the movies that came in the future, just because the interaction between the two of them is so well played. They play off each other so well, it just makes for a great comedy.
Really?
And actually, they played together in a few other movies after this as a duo, and it just turns out really well.
So out of 5 stars?
5 stars, I got to give this one 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's the first time you've given 5 stars.
Well, when you deal with a classic like this,
Yeah,
you really have to. I mean, you can't take anything away from this movie. The only downside to this movie I could even find is the fact that a lot of our viewers and a lot of people who watch this movie aren't going to like this movie because the wording moves really fast.
Okay.
The interaction between the two of them just goes really quick. And you have to really pay attention to this movie to catch all the dialogue that interacts between the two of them.
So who would be most interested in this type of movie?
Honestly, anybody's going to be interested in it. I would say, you're a 13-year-old and under is probably not going to be too interested in this. I mean, you probably find a few of them out there that will. But, I was really set off about watching this movie. My first time I saw it, I was in college, and I really wasn't into the whole, older movies. And then I got into a little bit of Buster Keaton and some Charlie Chaplin, and kind of moved up from there. And I fell in love with this movie. And if you like movies and you like a comedy, you really need to go out and see this movie.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
And we are also wanting to remind our viewers that we're actually airing the Oscars on Sunday night at 6 p.m. on ABC.
Yep.
And we have a list of the movies that are up for Best Picture: The Descendants, War Horse, The Moneyball, The Help, Hugo, Midnight in Paris, The Artist, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, and The Tree of Life. And you've actually seen some of these.
Yes, I have.
So do you have a favorite that you hope to win?
I really think The Artist is going to do well.
Okay.
There's a lot of nominees up and throughout the other, Best Actress and everything, and then they've got a lot of chances to win a few, and I really think that's going to be one of the more successful ones at the Oscars. I always forget, Tinker Toy Soldier thing. That one's going to do well as also. But I think The Artist will clean up.
Okay, perfect. And we also would like to remind our viewers that we are going to be interacting live via Facebook and Twitter during the whole entire show. So make sure you log on and let us know what you like about the show and what you don't like.
Yeah, I'll be giving some comments throughout the Oscars as well. I'll be watching them and tweeting and Facebook with everybody. So let's have a fun discussion.
All right, thanks for that, and we'll be right back.